Welcome back, guys. That's what Greg gave me the look like. Are you doing this or am I doing
know,
this?
I just jumped in. I'm glad that someone took care of it.
I'm definitely not doing it, so.
You're not the guy, Charlie.
No.
We're back for more Southeast Asia, round 2. So what's your prediction for this entire round? Is this going to have a conclusion, or are we going to have to use time rating?
I think Mineski definitely... The good thing about winning your first game is it means you don't have to play for time rating in your second... Well, you can play for time rating in your second game, but you can just play you can just focus on winning both. So first priority, try and win both your games. Second, if you are losing a game, play for time.
You dodged. Is it going to end, or are we going to time rating?
It's going to end. Mineski will win both.
Okay.
What do you think?
All right.
You've seen some of SEA now.
I don't know. It seems like... It honestly seems like rock, paper, scissors, where each team actually has each other's number, and I don't know. I think overall, I was most impressed with Mineski's strategies.
Yeah.
So if anyone's going to win both games, I think it'll be better. Yeah. MVP Phoenix, I feel like they only have one style really. Like pick a roamer for Febby, and they hope that QO gets super farmed and gets a lot of kills. And if he doesn't do that, they lose. I don't like that.
And I feel like teams are happy to give QO Alchemist because it doesn't suit the MVP playstyle. Every time I've seen QO and Alchemist,
does not seem very good for them.
Alchemist is definitely not a QO hero.
No.
For like QO, you want somebody that's gonna go ham. You want an Ember Spirit. You want a TA.
Yeah. I agree, for sure.
They've won a few games with it, which I felt was misleading because those games they actually struggled, even though they ended up winning. And they're probably like, let's go back to the Alchemist. We won those games, but
they banded out this series. Actually, we can actually hop into the draft. And take a look at it.
All right. Well, they got a Doom. Good hero. Doom Tusk, very good.
I'm pretty sick of Doom already, and it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since patch. He just seems way too strong.
I mean, he dooms your core. Your core is out of the fight.
It's not even that. It's more like when he has Scorched Earth and crit, and the new Scorched Earth is just so good.
Yeah, he's also very hard to kill, so he's pretty much going to get that Doom off. There are like a few counters that I've seen like teams try. Like Centaur is one of them. Whenever you get doomed, you just Centaur ult and everybody runs away. And then Wraith King for the obvious reason that like he has 2 lives, but also for the reason that if you pick like if Wraith King isn't the one that gets doomed and he sticks around in the fight, your doomed hero still life leeches. So if he
oh, that's true. Yeah, you can keep attacking.
Right. You just
like
keep attacking. Right.
Actually regain a lot of your
right.
HP.
So, like, dude, Skeleton King or Wraith King is pretty good for that. And then Wisp, because he obviously relocates out the doomed hero. It's worked out fairly well in some of the games that I've seen.
I've seen it work both ways because if you're relocating out, you turn the fight into a 5v3 if it's a team fight scenario.
Right. So I mean, it really depends on what the rest of your composition is.
No, it seems quite situational.
We actually see one of the noticeable bans, first round Quap ban, and that's got to be for Cuckoo.
By the way, this is going to be a Dazzle Husker game. They banned AA, they picked Dazzle, they want Dazzle Husker. Like that's
it.
That's it.
Right.
That's what they're doing. Phoenix, I imagine, realized this. They play Bimbo on Husker a lot, and they picked the Dazzle first. I guess Phoenix could try and block pick Husker, but I don't think that's the play here.
It does not seem like a great
Pick
plan.
heroes that can try and deal with Husker.
Yeah, well, they have Doom already. That's obviously one good candidate for just about any core, but especially for Huskar because it keeps him from like just continually life breaking.
There's a good,
yep, that's a Huskar counter.
Yeah. But they're still going to Husker, I think. It's just regardless of counters in the game, having Grave Weave, Husker gets beefed up a ton. So there we go. Not unbeatable by any means, but something Mineski are very confident in and win a lot of games with.
The one thing I really like about this is it shows, like in the game they played earlier, that they have a really solid plan. Like they know exactly what they want to do throughout the game, which I think could be good against teams like MVP Phoenix who are sort of stuck in their ways.
So we'll see Phoenix now move into the next few picks. Febby could be the Tusk, but I feel like that may just be their offlaner, and they grab something like a Ogre for him.
Yeah, Ogre, Bounty, is what he's been playing the most.
That is an Orb of Venom hero.
Yep.
The Orb of Venom hero.
Just run into the enemy woods and try and disrupt the supports.
It's really surprising how much MVP seemed to struggle without much on Spirit Breaker. He just doesn't have the same impact on a game where he can't just charge in, give his life to save QO. Like that's the strat.
That's really what it comes down to.
You charge because QO plays super. Like he gets caught out a lot because of his playstyle, and it's very much to the benefit of MVP most of the time. And Spirit Breaker is just a hero that can save his ass. Not Tusk. I guess you've got Snowball like potential, but it's not like you're saving him a lot of the time if you get him into a Snowball. Like the same way a Spirit Breaker can just run on in and stun everyone, and then
has that really all been marked? Has that really all that March has been playing?
Well,
pretty
I've
much.
watched 4 games and he's played 2 and 2 of those.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure he has played more than that, but
This is interesting.
The other match here is Bristleback. That's the one other hero I've seen him play. I mean, more at TI. He played.
How do you feel about the silencer? I'm not really sure what the purpose is. I guess if you doom a target and you go in on him and you silence, you can't really save. Your teammates can't help you save the doom hero, but
It's stopping the Cold Embrace, the Grave. It's the defensive supports from doing what they want to do.
I suppose. But I feel
I don't.
like
I don't know. I'm kind of on your side where I don't think it's the right idea.
I feel like if they were going to do this, they didn't need to do it now either.
I agree
Unless
with that for sure.
I don't know. Does Mineski play like? Are they expecting?
No.
Because I know in the
silencer.
in the C9 game earlier against Wizards
Fog
and
Council.
Priests.
Yeah, Fog played silencer. I don't
Yeah,
think
no, I don't think that was bad because they preemptively picked the silencer because most of Ritsu's heroes are tend to get fucked over by a silence. So I can understand that here, but does
I don't
does
really
Mineski?
think it makes sense in this lineup quite as much. I mean, I guess the idea is that Huskar dives in, you just silence, so he can't do anything, and Dazzle can't protect him. But they already have Doom, so
I wonder how MVP want to lane this. It's probably going to be
Yeah, I was
match
wondering, do you
off lane Doom. He's played one game of Doom that I've seen.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, do you think this is gonna be QO Wind Ranger just mid?
Yeah.
I don't really see how else.
No,
they can lane
that's
it.
definitely.
I don't think they want to run a core silencer. Yeah, Glaive's a pure damage against Husker, but to me, it's just not a hero that's going to offer enough.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, last ban is the Shadow Fiend, which I think is a good ban given
Reserve
yeah.
time.
he's still in the pool and the other team is
No,
Radiant.
SF is definitely a good band here. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really watch C Dota.
I'm not
so
convinced by the silencer pick. I don't know.
Yes, we've said that.
We're
We're
okay,
moving
so
on now.
moving forward, we've seen Dagger play carry Venomancer twice. One time it worked. One time they got
No, this is
absolutely wrecked.
this is an awful carry.
I don't think
Venomancer
this is a
game.
good Veno game
This
because
is
there's
an awful
a Huskar.
Veno game.
Yeah. It does speak to the fact that they do put him on like these safe lane farmers that aren't really carries. Like when Veno, maybe that means they'll have him on a silencer.
Maybe he's playing Doom.
I just feel like what does March play? I think that's kind of the only March hero here, and Tusk is going to be Febby. It would be my guess at least. Huh? Death
Oh.
Prophet comes
The
out.
quote-unquote worst hero in
Yeah.
Dota 2.
Alliance
This
won
is
the game with
not
it.
the worst hero in Dota.
That's
2.
what he thinks. What
I
do you
didn't
think
Why-
they
think
were
why
it
is
was. I
worse?
said bottom 5.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Bottom. Yeah.
I don't think this is bot.
What do you think?
What is? It's so
Who's
hard.
worse?
Like you look through the
I don't
hero
know.
list.
I need to see the hero
Ricky.
list.
Ricky's worse.
Ricky's
probably.
pretty bad.
Even with the buff. Ricky's okay in pubs, but
Ricky's not good.
would you say OD is worse?
Odie's
Odie seems pretty bad right
it
now.
is pretty.
but
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know. There might be a place for him.
Yeah. Ooh,
Lycan
Lycan
is
last
the
pick.
last pick.
Okay. That's.
Oh no, I
a
like
good pick.
that a lot. I like.
Oh.
Oh.
Kuro
Mid
Lycan.
Lycan, carry Windrunner.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Offlane Doom.
I guess Lycan does fine against Death Prophet, and you're kind of committed to the Death Prophet. So unless you decide, let's safe lane Death Prophet and put Husker mid.
I don't know. I really like this here. The Lycan can fight up against the Huskar.
The only lockdown
Howl-
is Winter's Curse, as well.
Yeah.
So-
Howl is also really good with Wind Ranger. What's happening?
We're gonna use my camera, but I have to adjust some stuff first.
What's wrong with my camera? No, don't use mine. I don't even have my camera settings right. I got some jerky movement happening,
10 seconds remaining.
and I need a fiend
Think I'll be
Twitch
good.
chat. All right.
5 seconds
Well,
remaining.
this is certainly gonna be an interesting game, but
I think it's a fantastic last pick. Like that.
No, it's definitely good.
That fits this game really well. It's not a typical QO type hero, but as far as the draft goes and what you need against Husker and this lineup overall, it's great. There's no catch as well. It's not just that they've no lockdown for him. There's no way to, like, if Lycan's just split pushing, only way you can kind of pick him off is by committing that Winter's Curse. And even if you Winter's Curse, there's no actual burst damage, so likely he can just survive the Winter's Curse, then shapeshift out of there.
Dazzle's already bottom with a ward.
Mineski's draft is purely built around like long team fights where they're just going to have Husker stay alive for ages using the heals from Dazzle as well as Winter Wyvern, and that's just where they
I mean,
got
if
no
he
way
if he gets doomed though,
Well, they
yeah.
can still heal. I can still.
they can
heal him with Dazzle.
I
They have
mean,
a lot of heal.
I mean, the issue is like your Huskar gets doomed. You have 2 defensive supports just trying to keep that Huskar alive. Lycan
And the
can
rest
still
of your team just gets
Lycan
stomped
can
on, yeah.
still run you down.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No one else does anything while Husker is doomed is the big problem, apart from, outside of Death Prophet, who would be like the target for everyone else. Wind Ranger would be gunning for the Death Prophet to burst her down while Husker's doomed, and then the fight's just lost from Mineski.
And whoever the Death Prophet sort of focuses or ghosts on can also be saved by the Tuskar.
Mm-hmm. And this is all like without kind of even considering how a global silence comes into play.
I mean, I'm still not sold on the silencer, but whatever.
Sword actually spots out at least QO, so they're gonna know about this 4-man bottom, and they'll be able to make a pretty decent conclusion at least to where these wards go down. And we're gonna have a quick pause as someone is restarting their PC in classic C-Dota fashion.
Yep.
No way around it. Seems like.
I mean, haven't we had like a pause like this in every single region?
Welcome to C-Dota.
It's been pretty good for
It actually
C-Dota.
has not been that bad.
It's improved.
I remember last year.
Is this
it
is
was
this
much
welcome to
worse.
C-Dota or welcome to Reborn?
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
That is-
Well,
that could be
what
true.
the C teams have realized is that these prize pools are actually fucking massive. So let's actually give our teams the best possible playing conditions despite the bad infrastructure in C. So you look at the top teams like MVP, Mineski, they're actually going all out to support their teams.
It's
Like,
good.
both MVP teams boot camped and trained in Singapore for the TI qualifiers just because they had lower ping and felt like they wanted to get to
I was
everything
actually
they
I was
could.
meaning to ask you that. So the Space Created team that has all the Australians on it, were they playing in Singapore?
They played from Malaysia. Yeah.
Malaysia.
They took the trip to Malaysia, which is like they don't have a sponsor. That's out of their own pocket. So
Okay.
that's a big commitment for a qualifier to maybe get you into a major. I guess if you get to the major, you're guaranteed prize money even for bottom 8 theoretically. If
Presumably.
it's the same as TI.
Yeah.
So just qualifying,
30
you get that back.
seconds to
But
Only one mango. Been keeping a running mango
Ooh.
count.
Why are you keeping a mango count?
We were betting
like
yesterday
mangoes.
a lot on over/under on mango count,
yeah.
and the line was like 1.5.
Ben loves mangoes.
Ben really likes mangoes. It's really what
all
it
he
comes
wanted to
down
talk
to.
about was how many mangoes.
I
Like,
thought
teams not
Orb of
buying enough
Venom.
mangoes.
I thought Orb of Venom was his favorite item. Or Boots of Travel.
It's lately been he randoms and then buys 5 mangoes plus Stout Shield.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, if he gets like a good offlane hero or something, it's just the 5 mango.
That's
Think
actually.
if you're a Bristleback in the offlane with 5 mango Stout Shield,
you just
you just run it though, and then you back up. And
It's
heal.
actually really legit.
Like almost
It's
at the same
hilarious.
speed as a tango,
Oh,
half a
alright.
tango.
it's hilarious how good it is, but of course it's random gold. So any like an offlane Bristle
Wow.
with random gold is
I mean,
ownage
like, I'm
regardless.
sure. I don't know. What does he do if he just like gets chunked and gets really low health and he just sits there and waits for the mango regen to?
It's Ring of Health. That's 5 HP regen a second. You've got level 1 Ring of Health and burst mana.
I don't know,
half a
that's
tango.
that's definitely not. You definitely need a salve.
Charlie doesn't believe.
Well, you could have this discussion with Ben. He'll
I'm not
He'll be back.
about.
he'll
He'll be
argue
down
his case.
soon.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can.
Charlie not convinced.
I'm not. I'm gonna ask Sahil.
Does he random in pubs though? Is he?
No, he doesn't. Sahil's a dirty picker. He picks like all like cancer.
good.
No, he picks like cancerous ass offlaners, and then he just goes to the offlane. He asks his support for a ward or whatever, and then he always gets it too. Like nobody wants to go to the offlane, so
Yeah, if you were like playing pubs as an offlane, it's
QO
great.
is very low in mid. He is actually probably
Yeah,
dead.
he's
Arctic
dead.
Burn.
He got
is
way
coming
too
in.
greedy there. Wanted to like maximize his salve.
Rip.
He's fine if Wyvern doesn't come in. That was super. That's a QO play right there. It's always he tries to min max too much, and he only min maxes based on what's like right in front of him. He never
Not
thinks
the
about like
possibilities
yeah.
of Anchor, Arctic Burn rotation or whatever.
He has tunnel vision when it comes to not even just the laning stage,
Fabby's
just
gonna
playing
come
in
in.
general.
Oh, he misses the ice shards. Rip.
I would say teams are punishing that a lot more lately. Like, if you see like a lot of these teams, it's people just like react super fast. It's like a fight starts out and then like carries. It's so much more common for carries to TP now. Like your most farmed hero on the map just teleports in to like.
March is taking a decent amount of harass, but that's the beauty of Scorched Earth. In just a couple levels, he'll be able to full heal himself for no problem.
I think Mineski have to dominate early though, because their lineup to me doesn't match up well. If March gets any kind of a decent start, gets the early farm, gets an Ag Scepter up, that's just going to destroy Husker.
That's really interesting. They switched up the lanes and gave Darkseer. Originally, Darkseer was in the safe lane against the tri lane, which I think he would have actually.
Cuckoo. He gets Graves. That's going to keep him alive for the moment. He's going to try to take down Heen, who has a lot of Burning Spear stacks, so he might go down.
Oh, he didn't finish Heen. Heen will survive.
Oh, and the Dazzle falls too. That's disastrous for Mineski, honestly.
He could have. What? Heen just canceled his TP home.
Well, he does.
Oh, he got salve.
He has a salve, yeah. And
that was odd. I guess he just wrong hockey for the item.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that lane switch? I don't know that was the best thing. I think Darkseer maybe +1 support would have done okay in that lane.
The whole idea of Darkseer is that he often gets sacked, and that's just ideal for your Husker.
Yeah, and now...
I think, in my opinion, I feel like you want to put the Huskar in the most advantageous position possible.
I mean, you want him to get farm. He would have been fine getting farm against the Windrunner.
Yeah, I mean... I actually don't really understand why they did this, because there's also 2 melee heroes which are like not particularly good against Ion Shell. Sure, the Doom has Devour to just eat a creep, but
I mean, you could have like done Dazzle
Darkseer
bottom. I think that would have been okay. But now your Huskar, you forced your Huskar to make a rotation, and he died. It's not a good start, and they have to. You're right. They absolutely have to do well in the.
Febby bought normal Venom. Good news.
Standard
Febby. And it looked like he was thinking about trying to gank mid if there was someone stacking this camp, but there was no one there.
Do you feel like Husker could have actually soloed Windranger because they know Febby
Febby
is a full-time roamer though. The thing is, if it's 1v1 Husker versus Windrunner, that's the lane where Febby guns for. He's gonna instantly go and gank and try and kill Husker.
They could have done 2-1-2.
Yeah. I guess the wise
It's gonna take a lot of damage.
I mean, like now you put your Huskar against a tri lane. Huskar, he has to do well too. Huskar is not a. Oh, yeah.
I like the idea of Husker being in the off lane, but with the Dazzle. I think they had to just maybe sack the Darkseer in the safe lane.
Sure.
If Dazzle's down there, I think their lanes can get punished too bad by the roaming Tusk.
I mean, Huskar is not a catch-up hero. No. Does not flash farm.
Huskar's taking a lot of damage again. This seems pretty sketchy. Not doing very well.
You know, QL, despite that death, is actually doing pretty well in the mid lane. He's got like a Winter Wyvern camping his hill, but still doing pretty well keeping up in CS.
Wyvern just came bot. Looks like they're going to give the Huskar a little bit of reinforcement. I think they know that this lane's pretty tough. Splinter Blast is going to miss March.
At this point, like Charlie mentioned, they're just not actually shutting down QO, so you may as well leave Death Prophet mid just to spam the lane farm and have Wyvern help out where the Husker needs to be.
Dagger's getting pretty decent farm top, and I mean, presumably this is just going to be a normal Ags rush. I don't really... Against the Huskar, I think he just wants to get Focus Fire as fast as possible, right?
Febby at top doesn't have any follow-up. Febby's been the problem hero just across the map.
He's been really effective the last couple days on these roamers.
Well, that's what that's what he plays, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's all he really plays, then...
It feels like there's very few dedicated... The only other player that really does that is like Jerax from Liquid. I feel like it's a very distinct support playstyle, and those two players play it to the extreme, and no other supports... And do you feel like it's just, why don't more supports play that style?
I think it's super high risk. Yeah, it's super high risk. You can't always count on the fact that your support is going to get off a great gank, or your support is that it's going to work out for you, because rotations happen so often. I mean, what if it doesn't work out? You gank mid with 2 or 3 heroes, and they TP in to rotate, and I don't know, maybe your gank goes horribly wrong, and you just lose the lane straight out. It's super high risk, high reward, and I think most teams just aren't comfortable playing that way.
A little bit of tower damage done on mid, but nothing significant. TP is enough to force them back.
Death Prophet very fun. I heard a Lycan ultimate.
Yeah, me too.
Duo's going in for Jesse Vash here.
There it is.
Scout him from the high ground and looking to juke.
Oh
on the
my
goal.
god! Bringing Courier over. No juking.
He didn't. Oh, he's level 3 without Cold Embrace.
All right, Courier is good. Barely.
Ooh, almost.
14 HP. Also a bit of a dive bottom, but Cuckoo just barely avoiding a latch there.
I guess he realized Wyvern didn't have Cold Embrace yet.
Yeah, my worry is once the mid game kicks in, I think Mineski might just get run over.
They'll hit their like mid-game timing a lot earlier than MVP do, but if MVP can just survive without losing too many towers, letting Mineski take Roche and just snowball from there, then MVP are fine. And they can just, when they see that 5-man, they're just going to go straight into split push with the Lycan. They don't want to fight into like the Darkseer mech plus
they
heals
definitely can't
and
with
Husker.
their lineup.
And Mineski's going to hit that timing much later than you'd like to because of the Husker's bad start.
I mean, he still does not really have that much.
He doesn't, and he's not like one of the advantages of Huskar early is that he's also a lane dominator. Did not dominate his lane.
Definitely did not. Well, yeah, hard to dominate against 3 heroes. They actually bring the Windrunner back down here. So now the Doom and the Tusk are back top. God. Makes it out with Windrun.
Okay.
That's a good TP.
Mid lane QO is doing a decent amount of damage against the Death Prophet. Just with the Wolves here, they're critting, and he actually is potentially in some trouble. Does have the Invis rune, and they send the Splinter Blast in as well. There's a Tuskar coming in, and that's going to be the end of the Death Prophet. I think one more right click should be
Base
enough.
boots. Ooh.
Falls
All
down,
the
and
venom
QO
with
is
the
going
kill.
back in. He ults, he's up in his Wolf form. Jesse Vash still does not have a level of Cold Embrace, so if QO had kept whacking there, maybe would have killed him, but he's trying to outrun this Splinter Blast.
He's
I think he's
fine. Level 2.
Yeah, he's
he'll
fine,
live on
he's
like
fine.
30 HP.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did Febi's initial ice shards miss the
It
miss
really
the Death
looked
Prophet?
like it did.
I think it did.
I think he one healed, so it looked like it did next to no damage.
Oh, Cuckoo in the bottom lane. Cancel the TP, makes him in the woods.
It went through him and blocked him. It had to have. It really had to have hit.
Maybe. Oh, hard to say. Let's just blame it on Reborn.
Yeah. It's a great thing about being
been
a
our go-to
caster.
move.
When in doubt, blame Reborn or blame
Reborn.
Missed
Mystic
3
World.
kills, Reborn.
Reborn XD.
I feel like the Dazzle has not really been able to really assist in much. Even
Well-
when Huskar was getting punished. I guess there's been like couple Graves that were okay, but Febi's actually just gonna go in on the Dazzle here, who has 3 levels in heal, so that heals up quite a bit. Arctic Burn Febi now probably has to turn back around. He might even die here. Makes it out barely, but QO does manage to get the mid tower in return, so that's probably worth it.
These are all good trades for MVP.
Yeah, definitely worth it. And in
This
goes the
is not a
Huskar.
good
Life break
trade.
onto QO. Is QO going to make it out of here? Does not look like there's anyone around who can
Oh, he
help
gets
him, so he's gonna
blocked by
fall
his
down.
own shards.
Dazzle throws the grave up onto Cuckoo just to make sure he
Questionable
will make
grave.
it. Cold Embrace, that keeps him alive. Yeah, that grave did not really seem necessary.
No. You just killed the Lycan. Where's the killing blow coming from?
Febi is just so obnoxious when he plays like pretty much every hero, but
QO
seems like
again,
he's
like
just always around.
QO gets the tower and then just lingers a bit too
Yeah,
long.
like dives past in and then
It's because he knows the Death Prophet's top, and Mineski were trading the tier 1 mid for the tier 1 top, but Mineski they just rotate. It wasn't even a particularly fast rotate. They haven't got any great initiators. It was just QO caught out, no ulti, picked off unnecessarily.
not going to go in for Cuckoo there, despite having Snowball and Walrus Punch, but Death Prophet being right behind him certainly makes it a little bit more difficult. March does have Doom, level 7 now.
Oh,
Oh, that was...
He's going to Doom up the Huskar, and that's a very, very dead Huskar.
it's a very fortunate catch. I
He's
think
still, like, not have Armlet. He's farming very slow.
he had actually caught up pretty nicely after his bad start.
That's
but,
true. I guess the start was so horrific that...
MVP really did need that. That was really, really important timing on that catch on Huskar.
Heen's taking over mid lane farm, getting a little bit of XP. Getting him closer to his global, which he does not have quite yet. And bottom lane, possibly some pressure coming in, but quick pause from QO. Reborn. Vlad's is finished.
I feel like the big thing MVP is trying to do this game to cripple Mineski is they're going to try to take Roshan before Husk is ready to do so. They've even got a dagger on. They've got a medallion on dagger.
Look at this build.
Yeah.
He has max shackle shot, not a single point in power shot. That is the Huskar killing build.
That's actually insane.
That's
max win run, max shackle shot.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't like it, but
oh god.
Reborn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Windrunner doesn't have.
I mean,
you surely get.
Yeah, I don't.
Summon power.
Yeah,
like
you
get 2 points. Go like 4-2-2 or something.
I mean, it helps you farm so much.
Yeah.
I'm sure his farm has to be hurting because he can't flash farm with power shot.
So the medallion pickup though, they're gonna try to take Roche with Lycan before Husker can get there, and this makes Mineski's ability to 5-man take towers and just win the mid game really difficult. They're not even gonna use the medallion for this. Looks like QO's just gonna solo it.
Yep, he has the Vlads now, so.
Oh, they know. That's a good scout.
Gonna go in the pit.
Yep.
He's actually
he's got some issues.
He gets stuck on the high ground.
He's got a TP.
Yeah, he's fine.
Still nice play from Doxy. That was heads up from Mineski. If MVP sneak this Roche, Mineski are in trouble. And this smoke with, I think they're smoking for Roche, or do they just go for the pickoff?
There was a dire ward.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
What's that? This is an odd
They didn't
ward.
ping it or anything.
They're just gonna. They're all in on this Roche. They realize how important it is, and they're gonna just pop an exorcism.
I think they
for it.
know. They know.
So
it's too late. They can't fight into exorcism
No,
though.
they can't.
This is level 2 DP ult. Fighting this is.
Silencer's dead.
Oh god, yeah.
Silencer is very dead. Rip.
That was good play from Mineski. Scout out Roche, immediately smoked there with the level 2 DP ult. And now they can truly 5-man with the Husker armlet.
Well, unfortunately, QO's little trick did not quite work out, and Mineski looks like they did not want that possible.
I can't get over the fact that Wind Ranger doesn't have power shot.
That's a pretty...
Wind Ranger doesn't have power shot, dude.
I know.
He was against the Darkseer as well. That would have been so helpful.
QO sends the Wolves in to harass back the Dazzle, and it does not look like they're going to commit to this fight, but in goes the Snowball. Febby going in really deep.
Especially seeing where the game is now, because right now it looks like the DP is the problem.
Oh,
not
they
the
shackle
Husker.
Jesse Bash, though. They're going to get one.
Hey, he got a level.
Is he going stats?
No, no, he got power shot.
We still got level. I thought like he got level 10. And
First power shot of the game, 14 minutes.
It's got to be a record. Somebody get
I'm
the
sure
stats
that's
on
a
that.
record. Death Prophet. The cooldown is so long in Exorcism now. 145 seconds. So when they use it to Roche like that, it's not like it used to be. It takes a really long time for it to come back up. But when it does, I'm sure they're going to group up again.
yeah, that's where DP really just fell off.
Yeah, that cooldown is
such a long
insane.
downtime. Octarinko though as an item makes DP I think a lot more viable currently.
That's true.
It's definitely a core item, and I think will replace kind of Bloodstone as the tanky item that DP wants to build up towards.
Takes away, yeah. That makes sense to me. I'm on board.
They're smoked up right now.
Yep, they're going to try to go in here. Darkseer is leading the way with...
They have no idea.
Oh. They're going to run into Keen again, who just appears to be the bearer of bad news. Silence... Oh,
Keen's going to tank the gank.
That's fortunate for MVP, because that was Doom and Tusk in the bottom lane. If Silencer was like in the lane or just not in that position, it would have been like 3 for nothing or 2 for nothing. Yeah.
Oh, good shackle onto Cuckoo, and this is that max power shot.
He's going to turn this around if
anything.
Oh, max win run.
6-second win run, too.
Life break? Oh, he waited till the end as well.
Oh, Jordan's.
That was a bad play. That was just terrible. That was shocking.
Like, I'm going to get him, guys.
That was a solo kill even without anyone else rotating for Cuckoo.
That was very optimistic.
Optimistic. Yeah, that's one word for it.
Oh, there's a Winner's Curse on March.
Yeah. It's got too much. Silence up, can't get the Doom off, and Exorcism's going to get at least the 1 kill on Q, I imagine. not going to get a shapeshift. Will be brought down and
Marsh is just making a
got
run
no
for
CC.
it.
Wait, I mean, he regens so
There's a
fast.
yield as
Look
well.
at he's 50 regen.
No, he's dead. He's dead.
Not got anywhere to go.
Yeah,
Scorched Earth is out. Yeah, he's gone.
Scorched Earth is out and he's out.
Yep.
You
They're
know,
also going to be diving Heen though. Heen is just.
Mineski is really making this work.
I mean,
Uh,
I feel so much for is the Roshan. If MVP managed to get that, they slow down Mineski dramatically. They've still got Aegis for another couple of minutes, so looking for at least a tier 2 tower.
I wonder how this game would have looked if Windrunner had level 4 power shot.
Oh my God! What is this shackle?
What follow-up is there?
Yeah, I mean,
They're just sitting there.
He's not even got a power shot to
he's
follow
got
it
a
up.
level 1 power shot.
All right.
Dazzle gonna grave up the Huskar and casually he will walk away.
Yep. So they'll have one more Exorcism before the Aegis. Actually, no, 60 seconds. They won't have Exorcism before Aegis wears off, so probably not going to see much more than maybe the tier 1 bottom tower go down.
Is under attack.
I think Windrunner is really starting to feel it right now. Like her farm is slow. She can't flash farm.
She's nothing.
Like I was wondering why she got bullied so hard in the lane by Darkseer. I guess it was
Turns
because
out because she didn't have power shot. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess that's why they rotated her back bottom because her skill build was just too bad to.
No, there's no way they would have known. They rotated at like level.
No. I'm saying why they rotated the Windrunner back down to lane against the Huskar.
I don't know. That was like after the laning stage.
Yeah.
Do you feel like MVP are actually in big trouble? March has an
Oh,
Ag soon.
no, I think they are in big trouble.
The Ag Doom's not going to be enough against Husker.
Not at this point.
I think the amount of heals that they have.
I don't think that, like, if you look at the rest of their stuff, they really don't have very much at all. Windrunner is not that close to Ags herself. Silencer is stuck on Brown Boot's stick, and
Wrapping mid.
QO really he only has a Vlad's. Yeah. Does he have anything on the courier? Is anything coming to him? Oh, okay, he's got a level 1
March gets
block.
cursed in the mid lane and Life Break as well. Vacuum back and looks like he's gonna fall. Scorched Earth, no Scorched Earth. Does not even get the Doom off, which might be a
I
blessing.
definitely agree, and I think
That's
just because of how far
good.
Death Prophet is as well. And thing is, like, Ag's Doom counters the Husker, but if Husker's just standing right by a Death Prophet who's pushing high ground with Exorcism up, no one wants to run in and fight.
Yeah, and if the Death Prophet gets off her ult before the fight breaks out, you don't want to Doom that.
Yeah.
You don't want to run into that.
And that's if you jump
they're
the
going.
Death Prophet with Doom, that means Husker's
They're
just going to
going.
team wipe you.
Yeah.
Well,
Forcing out the fortification.
they've
at
got everyone
least.
here.
I mean,
Exorcism.
Exorcism's almost over. I don't think they're gonna.
There's no shapeshift to defend. There's no power shot to defend.
Doom is up.
No, they're not gonna go.
Doom also has Ags.
This is an ambitious jump.
Oh my God! Look at where he got
Godly,
put.
godly snowball ice shards pushes him to the high
That
ground.
pathing though, Cuckoo is gonna go down
That's an
here
Ag
most
scepter, yeah.
likely eventually, but he's still gonna be right-clicking away. Shallow Grave is keeping him alive for the moment.
He's
Silence
dead.
goes down, it catches March, and Cuckoo is going to fall here eventually. Dazzle goes down. Down goes
Decent hold.
Cuckoo,
Oh.
and looks like the Darks are gonna fall as well. So this fight pretty chaotic, but 3 heroes go down in exchange for Febby, who really only died because he had some questionable ice shards pushing him up to the high ground.
I think.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't know.
Kuo's gonna get solo killed here.
Yep. That's not great.
That's just the ward giving vision there.
That's
QO greed.
that set back a lot of progress.
And that's yeah, you found where the ward is. Congrats.
Death Prophet actually still goes for Bloodstone. I agree with you though. I think Octarine is a
I
good
think
choice
I
just
think
for the cooldown
Octarine.
reduction.
It's also really good against
You've got
If-
3 spells.
if you
Yeah.
get the
Performance
ult
really good,
off
too. Takes
before
a second off.
before silence or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely better.
Yep.
But
Just
I guess
giving-
she feels like she's snowballing. So
She'll presumably get Octarine next, but I guess Shivers is another really good item against Lycan and Wind Ranger,
And Wind
Focus
Ranger,
Fire.
yeah.
So that's to me the big problem with the Bloodstone is you can't go Bloodstone. You can go Bloodstone Octarine, but then you don't get that good Shivers timing. Like to me, having Octarine and Shivers with the next Roshan would be
Better than
the most powerful like Mineski composition. Having Bloodstone with a Shivers or Bloodstone Octarine just isn't as strong as having that kind of the other 2 items. It's kind of a small thing. I don't. Unlikely to have a huge impact on like the outcome, but it's, I don't know, just efficiency.
Overall, a small advantage for Mineski in terms of gold and XP. 4 people smoked up behind Heen, though. Some wolves out as well.
I think the next big thing
I
for Mineski is...
I don't think they should just run into this and fight it. All right.
Well, that appears
Winner's
to be what
curse?
they're doing.
Winner's curse?
They want to
Winner's
jump
curse?
that Doom.
I don't think they want to use that on Dagger.
I'd rather get March.
Yeah.
I think you want to get you want to get QO.
Vash is in the back, but the global silence creating some space. Doom does go down on Cuckoo, and now QO is just looking to kill the Winter Wyvern before Curse gets used, and not enough mana now for Curse. This fight getting extremely spread out. QO pretty close to dying, only has 200 HP. Cuckoo is somehow still alive despite this Doom. He is now finally going to tick down. QO still very low. March is here though, trying to keep QO alive, is not able to do so. Shackle shot from Dagger is too late to save QO. Reor taking damage, and now the DP is just going to come over, clean up Dagger, double kill, and that fight did not go well for MVP. I feel like they executed it pretty poorly as well.
You know what was super clutch? Global silence goes off.
Yeah.
Reor uses the Greaves, and then he gets off that really good vacuum wall.
Yeah, Darkseer... They got the Doom and everything on Husker. Like, Husker gets taken out of that fight. That fight was 4 heroes, really, from Mineski that could do anything. And even Winter Wyvern got chased around, couldn't Cold Embrace the Husker at all. I think he wants to just max the Cold Embrace ASAP so he can save the Husker while he's Ags doomed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see
I
who
understand why
he
you
Winner's
maxed the
cursed?
reflex. He didn't use it at all.
All
He
right.
still hasn't.
He ran out of mana, and then because there was a Necro book chasing him, and they went like all the way over here, and he got stuck and then just died.
You can't go Tranquils if you don't go Soul Ring on Wyvern as a support. You
He's got the
huge
double
money.
bracer.
Yeah, he just bought those then.
He's going the double bracer build. That's the build where you know, like, oh, I'm just gonna have a shit game. I'm not getting
Best case
any.
scenario here
I'm
is
not
not
getting.
very good.
I'm not getting any far. I'm just gonna go the
Febby.
double bracers.
Febby is going in too deep. Power shot coming through, but not enough to take down Dazzle. Keen now probably in
He's
some
dead.
trouble as
There's
well.
a Yules if they need it. They're not going to need it.
No, I don't think they're gonna need it.
Well, March, he needs to get the
March
Doom
coming
off.
in
He
against
wants to
Winter's
get
Curse. He's stuck in place. There's a Stomp following it up as well, and March not able to get the Doom off. In the end, he finally gets Cuckoo.
Oh,
and the
he just
really
barely
early
did.
shallow grave on Cuckoo, but now QO coming through, trying to take down Jesse. Vash now trying to keep that healing from happening later in the fight. And, oh god, QO has a triple kill, but still the Death Prophet is alive. And that's a lot of damage, especially now that the Shapeshift is gone. QO trying to make it out of here. Dagger, body blocking. There's the Shackle Shot, does not latch. And it looks like QO might make it out of this fight. So it's 3 for 3 in the end.
Exorcism back up.
But Dagger,
he
Pierce,
ulti
I
this?
don't really know. Dagger needs to run away.
Yules into War Stomp.
He should Yules.
5
Yules?
se-
He's
4
waiting for the
seconds.
win run, I
Yules?
imagine.
He's
Oh,
Exorcism.
what a Shackle Shot on the Darks here. But the Exorcism is going, so
God.
Febby is going to take damage very quickly.
He held on to that Yules
Oh
way too
god,
long.
rip.
Oh,
He's alive.
he
I didn't-
missed. He missed the
Yeah.
Crypt Swarm.
It was not played as well as it could have, but it's still a good outcome for Mineski. Just
It was okay. That was very sloppy. That was
Yeah.
very sloppy play by the.
up to
Death
15
Prophet.
Bloodstone charges now, but yeah, it really could have been better. And imagine if he had Octarine, that Exorcism would have been out for that team fight. The upside, though, is he now has 15 Bloodstone
Ooh,
charges.
QO's going to try to sneak a Roche.
This is actually kind of slow.
Wind Ranger.
A lot of pinging going on here.
They might have saw him walk in. They do have a ward on the.
Those are teal pings going in. They've got
they know.
a creep. They're coming. They're de-warding first, and he's not going to kill this fast enough
No, he's
before
not.
the route. I guess Darks is dead, so they're still going to just go all in.
He's committed. Pop the Necro books.
No, Winter's Curse in 5.
Do they have the initiation tools to get all the way in?
No, they're gonna get it
Giving
though.
it up, yeah.
I think so. Instead, they're just going to get out of here, and someone needs to go push out top lane. It's a big wave.
Are they who's the camera on? Is it yours?
Mine now.
Here. There you go.
Oh, are they yelling?
Yeah.
He's been on CS for the whole game.
Yeah, it's been on CS for a while.
You just,
Gurged it.
you gurged it.
Gurged it.
I mean, what's new?
Oh, that's a big smoke.
This is problematic for Mineski just because it's hard for them to go take high ground at any time without an Aegis. At the same time, MVP, I don't see being able to take objectives unless they somehow get a great jump. Which is possible. They smoked up. They have a Blink Tusk. They have the Blink on the Doom as well, so... Mineski really need that item like to protect against the Doom, either a Lotus Orb or a Lincoln Sphere, just to pop on the Husker continuously. Even though he can bypass it, just gives you that little bit of time to react where he has to cast Level Death first.
Oh, Twitch chat, you slam me. QO is pressuring quite a bit here. The Exorcism's going to be up in 8 seconds.
All right, we're going in.
Vacuum. Do they have any follow-up, though? Beyond the Silence, not really. Febby is still really low, though, and that was a long-range Splinter Blast. Febby does make it out of there.
That's that was really good for MVP. I'm surprised Mineski didn't follow up on that. I guess they didn't want to fight into the Aegis.
I feel like you can fight into an Aegis if you give Exorcism up. You just pop Exorcism and then anytime during that 30-second duration, you're winning the fight.
Yeah, and it's not like Aegis is really good on Lycan anyways.
Yeah,
he didn't want to pop
true.
his ulti just because he thought he might die and then he
Yeah,
respawned.
I think they should have gone in on that.
This Aegis is not a big deal at all. The only reason it's a big deal is because Mineski don't have
Yeah,
it.
it means
If
that,
Mineski had it,
Oscar doesn't get
you're
it.
looking at
Yeah.
potential
DP
racks.
doesn't get it, yeah.
And for MVP, this does not actually boost up their team fight with QO having an Aegis, particularly. It's Mineski going the aggressive. They're grouped up as 5 bottom, and I think they may even go for a high ground push, despite the fact Aegis is on Lycan.
They don't have wall.
30 seconds.
Soon
30
enough.
seconds? Yeah,
It
I
takes
mean,
a little while to push up.
It'll-
They'll have it soon enough.
That's true.
They can time this high ground siege. Just having DP Exorcism. Oh, no Exorcism. Oh, sorry, that's the Death Dark Side I clicked on. Yeah, they have Exorcism, and engaging into the ulti is just going to be so
The
difficult.
Doom does have a blink now,
He's got blink eggs.
but unfortunately,
How do you kill the
uses it in the back.
Yeah,
like,
if they
That's your
wanted to
damage.
go, they should have gone before the Exorcism
yeah,
came
you
out.
can't let the DP just
All right,
walk
they're
up the hill.
going.
Oh, he missed the Blink Walrus punch. He got a creep. Okay.
Tower is dead.
QO? QO?
He's
Snowball.
missed.
Global Silence coming in.
Okay.
There's the Greaves, though. And Doom is going to go down on Cuckoo.
Exorcism's gone.
Yeah, Exorcism has run out. QO is very low. Does still, of course, have that Aegis. There's the Shallow Grave to keep the Cuckoo attacking a little bit longer. Winter's
They
Curse.
needed that so much earlier.
A little bit late, honestly. Yeah, late. Really late. But March has a double kill. But I don't know if this DP is going to definitely not going to make it out of here. A lot of heroes. Shackle Shot as well. And Mineski lose 4 heroes. Definitely partly due, I think, to that really late curse. Like, everything had already happened when he used that curse.
The biggest thing was just MVP's timing going in when they knew that the Exorcism was about to expire. Like, what QO did looked kind of... like, it looked like he was just running in blindly when he wasn't going to kill anyone, but it was very much just to force a fight, knowing that there was maybe 5 to 10 seconds left of Exorcism, so... His play there really worked well. Yeah.
I think more than anything, though, I think Mineski just rushed that.
Yeah.
Didn't need to do that. They pushed up against the Aegis when I think they really need to have it themselves because Doom Ags,
Moving forward. Dagger is dead. In a second, maybe.
No, he's dead.
He's dead. There we go.
Spends his money, gets blinked, but not the end of the world. Meanwhile, QO bottom has to be a bit careful. Darkseid's still here with a vacuum to cancel QO's TP. Oh.
Did he miss the vacuum?
Yeah, he missed vacuum.
Yeah.
I
don't think
know.
Death Prophet's the worst hero.
Bottom 5. I could think of...
I think you... right? He said last night it was the worst
I
hero.
said solid bottom
he said
3. I said
undoubtedly the worst hero in
I
Dota.
said
Or was
solid
that
bottom
you?
3.
One of you said that.
He had a hard time thinking of worse heroes.
All right.
The two I thought were worse were Ricky
I think OD is
and
worse.
OD.
I don't think Ricky's worse.
I don't
I
know.
think Ricky's better than
Ricky's
Death
good in
Prophet.
pubs, but I feel like at professional level he's really good shit.
Somebody pull up the hero
ET?
list.
Do
Not
you
you.
think ET's worse?
No.
Because Secret were playing him? I don't know.
I mean, I think so. I think ET has a place.
Yeah. It's hard. You can't ever objectively say what's the worst hero because
Everything
If a
sort of
hero's
has a
like-
place. I think Techies is pretty bad now.
I think Techies is pretty bad now, too. You
Yeah.
know? That nerf was a lot. They're going to take another shot at this. They do have the Exorcism up again. Oh, March almost got the Doom off before Exorcism, but mid-cast animation Gets out of range. Oh god, that's rough.
They're kind of forcing it again, though. I mean, you have to be a bit careful. MVP just want to kite around the exorcism.
Yeah, I mean, they are very, very close to taking down the racks. There's the global
QO's
silence.
in the back
Moving
lines.
forward, QO is... Oh, yeah, he is just destroying in the back. There's the winter skirts going down. Do they have enough damage to kill him? Febby gets him inside the snowball. QO does not have a lot of HP in there, and there's nothing left to save him. Oh, but Jesse Vash gets the cold embrace off. QO is going to go down in the end, and there's Cuckoo moving forward. This is what happens when he does not get doomed. He's just able to go absolutely nuts in that fight.
They
Who did he
doomed
doom
the
instead?
Death Prophet, I guess? Because Death Prophet died.
Yeah, it must have been Death Prophet.
He absolutely. You have to doom the
You have
Huskar.
to doom the
You
Huskar,
have to doom
otherwise
the
this
Huskar.
happens.
Well, there was he couldn't get to the Husker. The Death Prophet...
It
I
doesn't
think
matter. It doesn't matter.
It was to save the racks. The Death Prophet was getting the racks. Meanwhile, the Lycan was fighting like 1v3 and actually getting kills because of the global.
I mean, wasn't the exorcism was already out? What's the point of dooming the?
To get for damage. It's like
Damage?
a one.
Like,
I mean,
ugh.
if that's the difference between losing your melee racks there or not, I think it's actually a good. I don't think that's a misplay by any means.
What?
Because what happened there is like Death Prophet's on the high ground at racks, taking the melee racks, and meanwhile Lycan like flanks from behind and goes on the
Fair.
Dazzle. So Dazzle dies because of the global. I think that was like the best possible
optimal play.
execution for MVP.
I think what really needs to happen though is that he
I'm
just
good.
needs to. They need to go on them before exorcism comes out. Like,
once Exorcism is out, that's like they can't kill Death Prophet
They're
without
ju-
using Doom. It
they're
feels like.
they're just waiting for them to walk up to high ground, but they
Mm-hmm.
they don't need to. They have blink ags on the Doom now, and they have a global. Really don't need to wait.
And looks like
BKB.
Jay will go for the Lincolns, I imagine, with this ulti pickup. I'm still disappointed there's no Octarine Death Prophet.
I think it makes,
It just-
I don't know, it seems like it makes a lot of sense. Just honestly, just for the cooldown reduction, the HP is good obviously as well. But
What does the Bloodstone do for him that makes it a better item than Octarine?
He lost all his charges, or the
If
ones
he-
that he gained.
Well,
The
they
only time the
smokes.
Bloodstone's better is if you do manage to get up to like the 20-25 charge mark and have that push where you've got like 2 lives. But Death Prophet with a second life isn't good if you don't have Exorcism. Bloodstone Refresher could be good in the late game, but
All right, here we go
doing it
again.
round 2.
Glyph.
It's round
Again-
3 at this point.
Doom's coming in from behind. He will get the Husker this time.
Is able to get him. And there's global silence as well. Now the Dazzle trying to make it out here. Vacuum back. QO very low. He's going to probably fall 30 HP. Is he actually going to make it out of this fight? It looks like he might. Keen able to pick up 1, and there's the Splinter Blast. Glimmer Caping trying to get out of here.
Q.
Jesse
Oh
Vash is
God.
way in the back. QO makes it out.
Wow.
Creative
This
pathing.
game's so interesting to watch how Mineski try and break the base.
I mean, they're just
Time and
throwing
time
themselves at them again. But I think what you're seeing now is just the limitations of their draft. At
Well,
the end of the day, they were really far ahead, but MVP had what the hell is?
He's like getting level death or something already. I
No,
don't know.
he's
That was the
canceling his
walrus
walrus
punch, yeah.
punch.
Canceling walrus punch. Okay. I thought that was the level death noise or something. God,
What
that's
happens
annoying.
when there's Lincoln/Lotus Orb? There's 1 Lincoln's now. Darkseer, I imagine, is going. He's not going to bring a health and buckler. That's kind of a Crimson Guard build, but I don't think you want Crimson Guard. I think you want Lotus Orb. Because even if Doom doesn't echo the Doom, it's 5 seconds where you can't Doom Husker. So it gives him a little window to
Yeah.
have an impact in a fight. And it's the thing is, you see the Doom flanking, and it's at if you can react and pop the Lotus, suddenly Doom's out of position. You curse him, you kill him.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's just about having that quick play where Doom can't go in. So I feel that's where Mineski are rushing things. They don't have these counter
They
Doom
don't.
items.
You're right. They don't have the items that
weave
they
the
need.
pit.
Like that first push, they definitely rushed it when they pushed up
Yeah.
against the Aegis, and they didn't need to do that.
They still don't need. Well, now they're in trouble. There's
Yeah,
Aegis G's,
Now they're losing fights.
and they're going to keep losing fights.
What do you think they do now? I don't know. Well,
They,
they farm, split push, try and get pickoffs. I think
Yep.
really that's their only thing. Try and get a pickoff. Try and get a really disorganized, like scrappy fight.
Where the Huskar can excel, basically.
pick off on Doom is the one, like obviously the ideal scenario.
Yeah,
If no one gets Doom, Mineski win the fight. That's,
right.
it's that
They're
simple.
not gonna win structured, organized fights against MVP anymore. Like they're
Until if they get to a point where they have a couple more items that could change. Do you think? Like if they get like a Lotus Orb or 2, or they get the AC, Husky's gonna have an AC, Halberd, whatever it may be.
QO getting
I
initiated
mean,
on.
maybe, but MVP is gonna have is gonna farm just as much.
Well, they'll buy back. So even if you
Right.
even if you're trying to break high ground with items alone, they buy back and suddenly X isn't one.
I think what I don't think they're gonna win 5-on-5 fights anymore. They just need to take some like really scrappy fight.
Okay.
Maybe MVP wastes global, or they get like a bad Doom. I don't know.
I think very much Mineski needs to be the ones getting the initiation, which it's always the opposing team initiating on you if you're trying to just 5-man force the high ground.
Right, and that's gonna be really hard because what's their initiation?
Wyvern has
Blink,
Blink
vacuum.
now. Yeah.
I mean, they do have Blink, vacuum into Winter's Curse.
Mm.
Yep.
That's
And that's only if MVP are grouped up, which is
they've
unlikely
been
to
flanking
happen.
them. So
Yeah. Yeah, first fight was the Lycan, that time it was the Doom.
yeah, at this point, draft's not working out for them.
I think a lot of it goes back to the fact that the Huskar was just not as powerful as he needed to be.
Right, they didn't
Like
they
that as
didn't
early as
hit
possible.
their.
Yeah, they didn't hit their timing really because he was just so
I don't know. There was one point though where Mineski
it was
was
working fine.
yeah Mineski was actually pretty far ahead. Like the Huskar rebounded pretty well, and they were taking.
It was when they took the Roche, where that was everything was back in line. They took the Roche, they prevented MVP getting it. And
Yeah, and then Mineski's real failure here was rushing the high ground push. They pushed into an Aegis. They pushed when they didn't have really everything up, and they weren't ready to take that fight.
QO's going for a kill right now. Ice Shards are going to miss, and he's still going in. He does have the Aegis, Abyssal Blade onto the Dazzle, and the Wolves and the Necro Books are going to be very close to bring him down, but he does get the Shallow Grave off. But now they're here, they're at the high ground, and he's just going to force up the hill. Febby throws back the Ice Shards. That is actually going to catch the Dazzle, but QO is going to kill Febby in the Winter's Curse. QO moving forward, but that's the end of his wolf form, and kind of has to back up. You're so slow when you're not in that wolf form. Very easy for a hero like Death Prophet to just run down.
I think they go in, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to use the Exorcism. The
You've got to,
Shivas
you want to
actually
kill
gonna
QO
stand.
twice.
What? What?
Are they
What?
not going to go for him? Hello?
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 Yeah,
I guess not. They're going to kill the Silencer instead.
that's not worth it.
That does not seem like a great plan.
Once you've got Exorcism up, you're not afraid of getting
Yeah.
Doom there. You just chase down
Hello?
QO, kill him once, he respawns, he still does not have Shapeshift. You kill him a second time.
He had his Yules up as well.
I think that was a big opening to break the Aegis and QO.
Yeah, he definitely should have Yules.
That was,
Not like this.
yeah. Oh, but you're not allowed to do that here.
Oh,
in
I
the
can't.
jar.
All right,
Put it.
fine. So I can't. I can't.
Every time. Well, you can. It just costs you a chip.
Like,
Okay, so-
LD's approach on day one was just like, fuck it.
LG just
So
memed
what
like
happens?
crazy on day
What
one.
happens like if you lose?
Well, Grace is the
TV
one who's in
determined.
charge of the punishments, so I mean, you really don't want to lose. I don't think. We
What-
haven't determined the punishment for losing the first one yet.
What's
is
the
it?
punishment?
You have to dance the whip with Nene. With Nene.
Is that for this one or the last one?
The
It's the last one.
Wait, so
But
what?
we still haven't,
So we haven't decided about me and LD though. That's what we're saying.
I thought
Okay.
you
No,
That's not a punishment. He does that on his own.
alright. Alright.
Oh God.
We'll figure this out later.
figure it out.
There's internal conflicts.
Whip Nene is mentioned. Wiggling is mentioned. We'll figure something out.
There's also some stupid cup or something which
Yeah, there's
you
a
don't want
Sacco
to get.
trophy which has some rotten bananas and some balls in it that make it resemble
It's a phallic
Franken
symbol.
beans.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so back to the game.
We're
I think this, honestly, I think the game is over.
You think MVP is just gonna win now?
It's gonna take like them. It's gonna take a huge mistake, and them to not have buybacks, and then Mineski just has to run down and take buildings. But I don't know that it's gonna take like 2 or 3 like really big botched fights for Mineski to be able to break the high ground.
I feel like it goes both ways. So it's hard for MVP to break Mineski's high ground just because of the threat of the Winter's Curse. You can put the Lycan, and Lycan can't just start hitting the buildings, even with an Aegis, because Mineski will just just spam him down.
They can rat it.
I guess there's no real catch for any kind of split push rat Dota. Yeah.
I mean, when your Death Prophet doesn't want to use his Yules.
Well, you have Lycan pushing one lane, like Wind Ranger, I guess, pushing another.
Yeah.
You don't want to rat with the Doom, because if Doom gets caught, that's like the one way Mineski do win a fight. Having Doom get picked. And for Bimbo, 4.5k. At this point, I think Refresh is probably better than any Octarine, than an Octarine core.
For the Death Prophet?
Yeah, you want to have the 2 ultis.
He needs a.
I can get behind that.
He needs a sheep as well.
He needs a lot of
That
items, I
sounds
guess.
like, yeah, I don't know if that one's going to happen.
They have no lockdown.
The sheep's actually, like, if you can get... Oh, Doom has got BKB, so you could just blink him while BKB.
When did anybody notice when the Darkseer bought a Crimson Guard?
Like 3 or 4 minutes ago. It was when I saw him early and he had the Buckler plus Ring of Health, and I was like, I hope he's just going to get a Lotus Orb instead.
Why does he have a Crimson Guard?
Lycan, right click, and focus fire, but it's I don't
I mean,
think
Does
it's
it
I
take
don't-
off the wolf
I'm just saying
damage
why. I
too?
don't think it's good. That's why he has it. And Lycan has summons as well as necrobooks.
Books,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's more for keeping the sports alive from the minions, right?
Right. Whoever's getting attacked, it can block.
Whoever's getting
damage.
attacked, yeah.
It's
I mean, I'm
it's
sure.
just a suboptimal item.
I'm sure that's not the item.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Feels pretty late. Like I don't think that's I don't think that's a 43-minute item.
It's not. I think he goes sheep or.
Yeah, Hex seems pretty good.
Even getting another Lincoln's wouldn't be bad.
Giving them some catch for QO.
Yeah, Lincoln's Lotus. Not a Crimson Guard.
Literally anything else.
So this feels very reminiscent of earlier. Mineski grouped up his 5 bottom lane, looking like they may just try and brute force the bottom.
There's
but-
still cheese for QO.
And it looks like Death Prophet is going sheep. So we'll see that picked up very soon if she wants to give up having buyback.
I mean, his buyback's not even that good on Death Prophet.
Not at all.
Doesn't have Octarine, so. What's happening?
Oh, that's the...
Shadow Commissioner just editing rules.
There's...
I feel like I'm gonna do something wrong in this house, and then I'm gonna like end up in some basement somewhere.
yeah.
What does this mean? Alright, whatever.
Suggestions for this.
Have you had Dave's Insanity Sauce?
Yeah, he did. Right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I cried.
What is Dave's Insanity? Is it like really hot sauce?
Yeah.
It's pretty spicy.
That sounds horrible.
We'll get you to try some later.
I really like spicy foods, but I don't know. I can't I'm kind of just a bitch when it comes to it.
Chat wants to hear some R-Tour stories.
Right. Well, this is what happens. You tease it like you say, oh, you've got them,
I
but
mean,
you
you can't
tell
say
them.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
art
yeah.
tour stories and then
I
not
mean,
tell one.
I mean, they're like
They're not stream friendly, you
they're
said.
really not stream friendly, and most of them happen when he's drunk. So yeah.
Well, how about this?
You've messed up, though, by
Let's say
saying you've got them.
tomorrow. By tomorrow, you'll have an Arteezy story. You
I'm not promising that.
Okay, you'll try to get an Arteezy
I mean, I'm
story.
trying to
I mean-
think of one right
Okay,
now.
well, chat. We'll give him till tomorrow. Oh, 4-man smoke. Oh God, Manette, they're gonna run headlong into MVP
Both
if
teams
they
right
go
about the road.
uphill. Does use that exorcism and shapeshift.
Oh,
And Vash is here, but
Oh, good vacuum.
Crimson Guard's gonna go down. Did Doom just get Lincoln's off? I think it did.
Oh no, no one is doomed.
No one is doomed. He doomed into Lincoln's. I think he couldn't tell because of the Crimson Guard. Now the Winter's Curse is going to go down on the QO. He
QO's
does not have
lost ulti.
shapeshift anymore.
He's used cheese already.
And he is dead. Is that the mistake that Mineski need?
what's
It's not,
his,
yeah,
Huskar
they're still
died
losing
as
this
well.
fight. They've got no more exorcism. Well, they may lose this fight. Windranger hits hard.
Windranger does actually.
Yeah,
has
Mineski's
Chrysalis
still losing
and
this
Demon
fight.
now. Well, okay. I'm now also convinced that they mega lost. If they still lost that fight when no one got doomed, this game's over.
Yeah, Doom was wasted. It was still a lot of damage just out by MVP just during the global silence that Mineski couldn't respond to, but
Well, maybe this is it. Maybe we're going to break the chain. Mineski lost. What if Mineski does not make it to playoffs, GoDz?
That'd be surprising. That'd be the one team who I was most confident would
Basically,
make
like,
it out.
sure-fired. Yeah.
I
I mean, they definitely played well.
Not as surefire as I would be about, say, Fnatic, but like if there was one team who was like, okay, you got to
if you had
your
to
money
pick
down.
one of the three, yeah,
it would be Mineski.
Well, now MVP are pushed up onto the high ground, and with this Aghanim's focus fire, they're going to kill the building very, very fast.
They have a Doxy buyback, so it shouldn't be Rax yet, not without Lycan.
And then initiate on Keen, who dies.
Doom's coming back with ultimate in 5 seconds, so I should be a little bit careful about chasing.
Full data list now for the Wind Ranger, finally getting some damage. It's been a while. Long time coming. Is Doom actually just going to camp this? Okay.
Yeah, so both teams well aware. That was where that smoke came into play there, because Mineski are concerned about Roche. They don't know when it's coming up. Want to make sure they use their smokes around that time.
March actually needs to be really careful here.
He could very
There's
easily
another
get
sentry
caught
ward
out.
that the Winter Wyvern has. He sees that it got put down.
They know he's there. They know he is.
You know, Arctic burn, QO. Maybe gonna get stuck. Winter's Curse. If he goes down again, they might be in some trouble. We'll see if they can actually kill him. He has a lot of HP. Still down to 1,000. Doom cannot even tell. Cuckoo has been doomed. Looks like
QO can't
ends. QO is gonna go down.
He's gonna buy back as well. Husker gonna buy back. He's committed for this fight, and that's one of the great
level death.
When Husker gets back to this fight, I think MVP have to be very careful about what they do.
Holding the snowball. Where is our friend the Huskar? He's coming slowly.
Oh, he needs to get the Exorcism heal up. It doesn't look like it's
gonna
gonna come
really
in time.
close. It's starting to heal now.
He's gonna
going back
get
up.
it. He's
March is
getting
here
it.
now. But now Cuckoo's coming back too, and Mineski. There's 5 heroes dead on MVP. They're gonna get Roche now too.
Well, that's the late game counter to Doom as a Husker, is having buyback, because he's only got 1 Doom. That was a big thing there. Cuckoo rocks, but he wasn't even the deciding factor in that fight with his buyback, but now he'll have an Aegis, and they are going to go for the, maybe not game-ending push, but a push to get Rax with next Exorcism.
That was exactly the kind of scrappy fight that Mineski needed. QO got caught out in the beginning, and it was just very scattered all over the place. Doom was off to one side in the fight. That is exactly the unstructured kind of fight that.
Mineski are gonna shove down mid.
Back.
Bot and top are both super pushed in.
And
for
Refresher is up on Death Prophet.
Well, that's a huge
Oh,
item.
she's going to pop it now. She wants to
Time to go.
wants to force buybacks, or even go for the throne. This is a bit dangerous, but I don't think MVP commit buybacks to save 1 lane of Rax. At this stage, 1 lane of Rax is not going to be
Not
a
a
huge
game
advantage.
ender.
Yeah, you can easily deal with that. And 10 seconds left. I think Mineski will full retreat. They've got plenty of time on Aegis. They want to wait not just the Exorcism cooldown, but the Refresher cooldown on Death Prophet. So they've probably got about 3 minutes of passive play before they want to go for another push.
Yep.
But they'll hit a timing where they've got a minute on Aegis. They'll have double Death Prophet ultimate. They may even pick up another item or two. Rio has 4,000 gold on Darkseer, so...
Get a sheep stick, please. This is definitely the time where you use this time to farm up like another tier of items.
Yes. And just wait to that last 30 seconds of Aegis or so, or minute of Aegis to push.
Yeah. Get a halberd on the Huskar. You can halberd out the Wind Ranger. Nobody on their team has BKBs except for the Doom. Yeah.
Oh,
Hex
game
is
back in
completed.
Mineski's hands, at least for the next 5 minutes.
Was the DP a Hex done in the last fight? Did she have it? Or is that a result of this
Yeah,
fight?
DP
What?
had the Hex. They
Yeah,
used the
yeah,
Hex
yeah.
on Q. They initiate on QO with
That's what
their
I thought.
Hex.
Yeah.
He didn't. The global actually prevented the Exorcism being used right away, so QO survived quite a while because there was no Exorcism damage initially. But then he didn't have ulti. He turned around to fight and he couldn't run away.
Sell your soul ring.
The Darkseer.
The Darkseer.
Really got that late game value soaring.
What's the downside of this super long cooldown on Death Prophet? During this cooldown time, they're just like huddled on the base.
Yeah. That's okay. They don't need to be pressuring lanes. The thing is that if they just huddle in their base, I feel MVP are also scared because they're like,
Yeah,
are
they're
they
both
actually
actually
huddled in
sitting
their
in their
base, or are they
base.
smoked up looking for a pickoff? So having the safest play from Mineski is very much just hug each other on your side of the map, and that's going to also create a situation where MVP play fairly cautiously.
Yeah, and
This next 60 seconds of gameplay is probably going to be uneventful.
Yeah, and then the cooldown's going to be off the refresher, and they're still going to have the Aegis on Cuckoo, so...
Does anyone have a gem? Oh yeah, Winter Wyvern does, and
that's it.
no vision on MVP.
Yeah. They can go now. There's 30 seconds on the Exorcism, so by the time they use the first one, the second will be up. Although they may want to have the double hex, so they may want to be able to pop the refresher instantly.
In the middle of the fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Or at the beginning of the fight.
So you mentioned...
Looks like they are going to group up now.
Yeah, you mentioned the Halberd. It looks like a Yasha has been picked up.
Yasha. I really think he needs to go, or he should go the Halberd.
There's no MKBs and there's no BKBs.
There's no BKBs. There's no MK. Yeah.
That actually blows my mind.
He's going S and Y. Okay. Okay.
There is no logic to that.
MVP
They don't even have a solar crest.
Oh, they're going for the wraparound.
Does he have a refresher? Yeah, he does.
On Doom.
They're going in. There's the shackle. Lashed on. QO's going to get Winter's Curse. There's the follow-up. Global silence. QO still very alive at the end of the Winter's Curse. That does not seem like great success for Mineski. And Doom is going to keep him actually from using the refresher. He does have buyback though, so he's going to come back to the fight. Looks like he's going to be purchasing some BOTs as well. There they are. Picks him up. Cuckoo up in the air. Cold Embrace. That's going to keep him alive for the moment. QO is still sitting right next to him. Wants to try to figure out a way to bring him down, but back is the Death Prophet. Turns on the Exorcism. Takes down QO, and Mineski look like they are going to find a way to win this game.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Keen will... caught by Rio. No vacuum. And that should be it. This was such a tight game. This was
quite a tight game. Oh,
Lincoln's that would have landed too.
That definitely would have latched, and there's a Doom again, but Exorcism is basically over now, and that means Cuckoo's just going to go crazy in this fight. He still has the Aegis, so he's just going to continue right-clicking away.
If Death Prophet dies, they could go for the game-ending push, because there's no buyback on Death Prophet.
She is going to go down, but Cuckoo is still in the back, and he's going to try to take down Dagger, falling low. There's the Vitality to heal him up. Snowball as well, Armo toggling away, trying to make it through this fight. There are 3 heroes here. He brings down 1. Rior is standing way in the back. Down finally is Aegis, so he's going to come back up here, full HP. Blink into the base. He's going to try to vacuum him back, pulled back, but Cuckoo is still too far away to Jordan them. But the throne's exposed. It's at half HP, and Mineski are going to take this one. Yep. What looked like should have been a victory for MVP just fell apart.
I don't know if it's as simple as say it should have been. I know we kind of talked a lot about how they had the advantage, but
there were mistakes.
Yes, but that's
on both sides.
That's always going to happen in a 55-minute game where you've got such a volatile draft where one mispositioning is going to lead to Mineski cleaning up. One missed Doom and you lose the fight. There's so much pressure on March to get the perfect Doom every fight, or you lose. So the longer the game goes, the higher the chance of that mistake happening. So I don't think you can solely pin it on MVP fucking up. I think Mineski were patient.
I mean, there were mistakes on both sides. Yeah. Definitely mistakes on both sides. No shot, no power shot windrunner. It's like little things here and there, but
yeah,
Mineski take it.
These tiebreakers.
Tight game. Tiebreakers.
Now time rating matters because we're in the second stage of tiebreakers.
So time rating is the shortest victory, right?
It's combination of shortest victory and
longest defeat.
Longest defeat, yeah.
Okay.
So it combines like the 2 times in one. It doesn't just look at the victory. It looks at your win and your lost time, I believe.
Greg Ashney Christ has invited you to a party. Do I accept?
That's a no. That's a negative.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I mean, you can accept if you want, but I'm sure it's too late now.
Are you worried about?
I'm sure we missed it.
Should you message her to like explain that you're busy? Like,
yeah, I'll do that.
It's a concern.
Important caster.
God
casting. TI qualifiers.
Excuse me, major.
Can let her know we can schedule a time for later.
Casting major qualifiers.
Oh, good. You're selling him
for grill.
God damn it!
Okay.
I wish we had this camera, this feed. Plug the HDMI in.
Lord. Okay. All right. Well, another tiebreaker coming up. What's the next one?
The winner. So winner plays Sig Trust. So Mineski will have another game, and that's the series that Sig Trust keep on winning. But I think we'll see some adjustments from Mineski. I mean, I thought we'd see that earlier today. So who knows? Yeah. IO ban probably.
How long have these guys been playing? It's a long day, right?
Each team has played. This has been Mineski's 3rd best of 1, and then they have playoffs afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not
so
this
it's-
part that's long. It's that they have more playoffs after this.
The tiebreaks itself isn't too grueling,
Yep.
but it's very tense. There's a lot of pressure. So we'll take a break, guys. We'll come back. We'll have the next game, Sig Trust versus Mineski. We've also got some situations to resolve here. So hopefully we can solve Greg's love life.
Shout out
See
to
you guys
Boggs.
soon.